And this is the trouble. Some exercises clash. Like, this is the experience that I've had over the last 4 years of training, even longer than that. You have a good stretch with one thing, you're smashing it, and you're trying to incorporate another thing, and all of a sudden you start to see the first thing, the primary thing, get impeded, get obstructed by this new thing. So overhead squatting is great. I absolutely love it. I feel I've kind of said to myself, I want to do it every single day. Yesterday I went heavy, hit the 80 kilo PR. This morning I was like, let me do a whole bunch of sets with the bar, go to 40, do maybe 5 sets of 10, things like that, and then I'll do some bench pressing. By the time I got to the bench press, my shoulders were achy, my shoulders were weak, my elbows were weak, my wrists were kind of sore from the grip on the overhead. I don't know why my wrists hurt, but they do. So by the time I get to the bench press, I mean, the bar's moving, but I'm feeling achy everywhere. Shoulders especially, because the thing with the overhead squat is your lats needs to really, really, really stretch. You're stretching the hell out of the lats, and you're kind of like really exposing the shoulder joint to make this thing happen. In the bench press, you want the lats to be tight. So the opposite, like you want this like small range of motion to be really, really tight in the bench press. So the overhead press, you need to be loose in a way, like long range of motion. With the bench press, you need to be tight, and just the two things don't mix very well. So I think moving forward, I can't be doing overhead squatting on the days where I'm doing bench press, unless I do them afterwards. But then doing after bench press, doing overhead press after bench press, or overhead squat after bench press is not going to be good either, because I'm going to be really, really tight through the whole pec complex, shoulder grip. Everything's going to be tight after smashing freaking doubles on the bench press. So then I'm going to find overhead squatting tough. Pick one, man, huh? It's a case of pick one. And, I've had a bunch of comments of people saying it's a big no-no in Olympic weightlifting to do bench press because of this very thing. And it's unfortunate, right? Because I want to do both. I really want to do both. I'm enjoying both a lot. And now I'm in a position that I need to pick. I've had amazing 3 months of bench pressing. And I part of that success on the bench press, I've kind of assigned to the cleans, the snatching, all that stuff that I've been kind of learning. And the next step of that is now to kind of get really good with overhead work. Overhead squats, and do snatch balance, or whatever it's called. To progress that, so I can start catching the bar, so I can start jerking the bar, all that sort of stuff. That's the next progression of that. But now I'm kind of seeing that next progression is going to really limit the bench press. So the early stuff that I was doing with the ollie lifts was great for bench press. But now I'm putting the bar overhead, and all of a sudden, bang, it's not going to work. So what do? I don't know. I think moving forward, what I will do is I will stay away from overhead work on bench press days. So right now I've got 2 days in my training. One day, day B, day A. That's how it's going. So on days that I'm going to do bench press, I will not do overhead squat. But that means that I'm going to push overhead squats really hard one day, and the next day I'm supposed to bench. And it's kind of like, that doesn't work either. Well, I suspect it won't work. Oh, man. So I don't know. I don't know what to do right now. Yesterday I did push overhead squatting real hard. So maybe that's why I feel crappy today. 140 moved well today on the bench press. It moved okay. It's just I'm achy. And when you're achy, you're not going to be confident with, pushing for 145, 150, 155, trying to get a PI. That's not going to happen when you're achy. The days where I've been, really setting PRs on the bench press is the days I feel really strong in all my joints, especially the elbows. Pain-free, I feel explosive, I feel tired, everything's locked in, it feels great. But overhead squatting, man, everything's freaking achy, man. The shoulders are achy and the wrists are achy. The elbows are okay. It's the shoulders and the wrists that overhead squatting really kind of smashes the hell out of. So, I don't know. I have to do some more thinking about that and make a decision. Tomorrow is, let's say, my leg day. So I'm going to push the overhead squats in the GHD. That's kind of what I did yesterday, so I'll do the same thing tomorrow. And then the day after that, I will, I guess, try and bench press without doing any overhead squats. So I'll maybe do front squats or something like that, back squats. And then going to bench press. Now I'm thinking to myself, like out of the front and the back squat, probably the front squat's the best. Because back squats, also kind of stretch your pecs out a little bit too much. So it doesn't lead well to bench pressing. But you can see the struggle, right? Like, there's some movements that make other movements not compatible, with each other. Overhead squats, bench press don't mix. So I don't know. What suggestions you have, or is it just a case of pick one, man? You can't do both. You can't be a world record sprinter and a world record marathon runner. I mean, I don't think it's that freaking severe, but yeah, don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, I like squatting. I like overhead squatting a lot. I like how it makes me feel. My posture, everything's opening up. But, yeah, don't know. Don't know what to do. Because the thing with bench pressing, I've found you need lots of frequency, lots of volume to progress. Overhead squatting is a new thing for me, so I need lots of frequency and lots of volume to progress. So you can see where the trouble is. Anyway, I'll leave it here. I'll gotta do some more thinking, and we'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.